The time is just gone 8:37 a.m. Hashtag SAHUC must fall is what has been trending on social media since yesterday. We are talking about nationwide protests at the SAHUC offices in Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town. And we've also seen some urgent messages, urgent notices coming through to the Muslim Ummah and particularly to the organizations and representatives that vote at SAHUC, and this is a vote on Saturday, which is tomorrow, a special meeting to change the constitution from a regulator to a Hajj operator. And this is the call to urge the representatives and organizations to vote no. And as a result, this protest action that is taking place now, we hosted Moulana Tariq on Wednesday as well, Moulana Mohammed Tariq on Wednesday, with regards to the issues that have been playing out, and a number of issues were discussed as far as DIRCO is concerned as well. The CRL Commission, we've seen a press release come through as well, holding DIRCO and also the CRL Commission complicit in their collusion with SAHUC as well. We will obviously get some clarity a little later on, where we have the former ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, who led a ministerial committee on the efficient management of Hajj and Umrah as well. We will be talking later on with Mufti Ibrahim Smith, Darul Ifta, Western Cape. He had a chat with Naledi Pandor not very long ago. But let's talk about this protest action, this nationwide protest action against SAHUC that is taking place this afternoon. Moulana Mohammed Tariq, Juma Mubarak to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, you to brother Inayat Wadi, and Juma Mubarak to you and the listeners.
Moulana, a lot has happened since our panel discussion on Wednesday night, and I saw yesterday was a very, very busy day. I've seen the press release that was sent through to me as well, and your name is obviously mentioned on this press release as well, with regard to DIRCO, with regard to the government, and also at the same time with SAHUC as well. And as a result, we know tomorrow this crucial meeting is going to take place, and there is this call for all these organizations, representatives, to vote no in terms of the change of this constitution. Let's talk about this protest, and I'm sure a large part of this today's nationwide protest at the SAHUC offices is going to be aimed at that meeting that is taking place tomorrow.
Gee, firstly, I must say and I must commend Salam Media for having a bold approach of actually hosting this conversation, because many of the radio stations currently are staying away and do not want to hear. Some of them want to be neutral. They should actually hear both the views and see and bring about both the views, which is the normal approach to do, to talk to both the parties. But nevertheless, the the approach that we had and the conversations that we had with the panel on Wednesday night, I think it created an impact in the larger community for them understanding the different views and the different walks of people that you had on this panel, so that they understand the dynamics of Hajj. However, we situated today in a current situation that where we've called for a national protest in all the offices of SAUC, that is in Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town. The reason why we have called for this is because tomorrow they plan to change and amend their constitution from which they call an NPO PBO status to a business expedition, that where SAUC will now be a tour operator. So this is what they're wanting to do, and they obviously have the numbers of the NGC that will be with them. We're calling upon the NGC, we're calling upon all organizations that are there, and we are calling upon everyone to say no. Make sure your vote is casted in the way that you are accountable to your ummah, you are accountable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are accountable in such a way that yes, you do not do this here, because yes, we want accountability and we want to understand this entire process here. I must say, Brother Inayat, that being a day of Jummah, many people have asked me, why would we take such an approach? And yes, we want our voices to be heard. And I must say, it's a peaceful protest, meaning we just want our voices to be heard. We're just going to say, yes, the severity of this year. And this is why we're calling everyone to come out in their numbers to assist us in saying we want our voices to hear. So it's a peaceful protest. It's straight after Juma. And we are saying that, in fact, if you call it the word protest, it's that we want our voices to be heard. And that's what we're saying. We want our voices to be heard, and you cannot change the constitution. So, nationwide, Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town, wherever the SAHUC offices are, as we advertise, please make your way there straight after Salatul Juma so that we can hear our voices and say that, yes, what you are doing, we are not accepting what you are doing, and you don't have the mandate of the people of South Africa. And likewise, the SJU nationally has representatives throughout the country. And our mandate is, yes, we cannot support this year from a regulator to a business expedition. So this is what it's all about. And we're calling upon DIRCO, we're calling upon the CRL to, yes, make the right decisions and not shy away from the decisions that it concerns the Muslim community at large. And it must be a democratic process, and we want this process to unfold. And many people are saying, yes, from 2023, this has been carrying on, and there's no finalization to this year. The legality of SAHUC is actually questioned as to who is it a legal entity or what SAHUC is all about here. So this is what we are saying and we're wanting. So we're urging everyone in all the regions to join us in this peaceful process of us hearing our voices and making our voices heard.
Yes, Moulana, in fact, I'm just looking at this notice right now that has gone out to the Muslim Ummah, to the organizations, to the representatives. And there's a whole host of organizations, from Dawa organizations to ulama bodies to the likes also of the Sunni Jamiatul Ulama as well, which is basically on here as well. So it's a whole host of organizations that this call has actually gone out to and urging them to vote no, for to this change in a constitution. Just as an alim yourself, and also even media. You spoke about media right at the beginning as well. There are one or two media organizations that are represented in this list of organizations as well. Again, this call is actually going out right across the entire board. But looking at it from an alim's perspective and ulama taking a lead and taking note of what you are saying, Molana.
Yes, majority of the organizations, even the media partners, remain to be silent. I'm not sure what is the reason to be remaining silent. Many of them don't want to be part of this. Some of them have a lot of seats on this year. Many of them are saying that, yes, from the media partners, if they want to hear their voice, they've been given media visas during the period of Hajj to go that they were using in different forms of things. So there's many stories and conflicting stories that come. But today, on the day of Jummah, I'm appealing to the community, I'm appealing to the ulama, I'm appealing to those organizations there. There are many organizations there. There are some good recognized organizations on that list that you are talking about, Brother Inaid. We're asking those organizations to please do what is right in terms of what we are asking. And yes, what we are asking is they cannot be who is going to regulate SAHUC, who will see upon SAHUC, who will then check onto SAHUC now. If they couldn't provide adequate financial status in the past, as it was mentioned, how are they going to account? Is this how they're going to do this year? So we're saying we want a process to be a democratic process. We want to process. No one is saying we want to disband SAHUC, but we're saying we want the accountability, we want the transparency, and probably a change of leadership in saying, yes, we want to make a difference to this year, and we want to find out, yes, how can we get this as a body being recognized by our government. So we're saying those organizations that are there, some of them are very organizations that are actually prominent in community and in our country, And we are saying to them, yes, you have a responsibility. And the responsibility for you is you cannot keep quiet and just say yes to this change. There should be clause, there should be so many dynamics that we can bring into this year. And we are saying, yes, we are our doors as the Sunni Jamiat al Ulama. We are open. We want to talk. We want to see how you can converse with us, how you can interact with us, because we're putting no barriers. We're breaking all barriers to say, listen, let's communicate and let's see how this can benefit the Ummah.
Yes, Moulana, I just want to go back to this press release, and this press release speaks about government's inaction, which makes the state complicit in SAHUC's illegal Hajj monopoly. And I'm just reading out from this press release where you speak about SAHUC's unlawful conduct, concealment, the lack of transparency, and also at the same time looking at the way forward as well. Now, this is quite serious, and I would obviously want you, when Ibrahim Rasool comes on later on during the broadcast, I actually want to raise this issue about inaction on the part of the government. And as you mentioned, this is going back quite far back. It's going back to the 2023 as well. But let's just speak to this press release and what is the message that this press release is conveying.
Okay, I think, Brother Inayat, what's important for us to say, picking up from what you said, that yes, it's coming back a long time. And as you get in, Brother Ibrahim Rasool later on, and I think that there was a ministerial committee that was formed, and there was a report that produced. Up till this day, no one has had sight of that report. And it's good for that report to be brought out in the masses or brought out to the organization so that we can understand what was the recommendation of the ministerial committee. Because if you speak to generally, as you mentioned earlier on, of many names of people who have spoken to, etc., or former ministers, etc., no one is saying that SAHUC was given the mandate. And no one is saying that SAHUC was given the powers to do this. So where's that ministerial report, and why doesn't we have access to this ministerial report? And that is why we're saying now that DIRCO needs to come out clear. DIRCO needs to say, you are the International Relations Office. What is your standpoint on this year? Have you given SAHUC the mandate to facilitate or be a broker or negotiator or a facilitator or a regulator between South Africa and the Hajj Ministry? If you didn't, tell us so that you didn't. And be clear about this so that we have an understanding that they are now acting in their own capacity and they feel that they have a man-made law system made by them and they are doing this. So tell us exactly what you're doing. Tell us, DIRCO, tell us. The CRL, we're saying to them, CRL, you tell us. You have been given a dispute, and I tell you, the dispute is going on. How many in this entire episode that we've started now with SAHUC? We found that there were so many organizations came on board to say, yes, we've been fighting this cause for so many years. No one wants to hear us. No one wants to actually tell us what is going on. So many people have been saying this, and the CRL is there. Why the CRL is there? To obviously chart the way forward, to tell DIRCO how it's going to go. Objections have been raised by many. So that is why in our press release, we are saying we're calling upon the CRL, we're calling upon DIRCO to, yes, we want, as Muslims in this country, we want better facilities. We want better decisions to be made, and we must be consultative. If you as DIRCO, you cannot listen only to SAHUC. You need to listen to the masses. You need to listen to the community. You need to listen to religious bodies. And that is why we're saying today we are peacefully protesting outside the SAHUC offices. So these departments and the larger parts of our community understand the severity of this nature of what SAHUC is going to do to amend this constitution. So this is why we are calling upon these organizations, and we're saying, yes, if need was or means for us to go to court, to the relevant departments and stop whatever is going down, we're going to take this mechanism to go to another level to say, yes, this is the time for the people of South Africa to change the history of Hajj. And the history of Hajj, when I say, meaning the regulator part and the business expedition that is going to take place here. And we're saying to our country that, yes, you as a government, can you provide so many jobs? Whoever is going to lose their job, our government, can you provide the jobs? Can you provide whatever people are going to be severing the damages from this? Will you be able to do this? So that's another level and another conversation. But we are saying that, yes, we are serious about this matter, and we want to make sure that the right things happen in this matter.
Well, Mulana, Jazakallah khairan so much for that. And just to reiterate, the protest is taking place today outside every South office across the country. And the call has been made to show your support as a united Ummah and join the picketing with the SJU and let your voices be heard. Cape Town is going to be at the Wembley Building, 21 Belgravia Road in Athlone at 14:30. Johannesburg at 59 Xavier Street, Crown Gardens, Johannesburg. And in KwaZulu-Natal, the NMJ Islamic Center in Henry Road, Durban at 2 p.m. as well. Moulana, Jazakallah khairan so much for your time and have yourself a wonderful Jummah as well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah, brother Inayat, to you, and always on the forefront of taking the bold point to interview such matters. And when I say interview, meaning you can interview it from both the sides, because the community must know both the sides and both of you. So well done for the partner Salam Media. My executive and my liaisons that have told me Salam Media has come out bold, and they hadn't taken a side, but they gave the both views of what is happening. So Jazakallah to you. May Allah strengthen organizations like you and the organization that you represent, that there to facilitate the views of the different masses of South Africa. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Maulana Mohammed Tariq joining us this morning. And yes, we obviously need to be balanced in our views as well. And as I mentioned on the Wednesday night broadcast as well, we have actually given SAHUC the opportunity to come on. And in fact, they were given the opportunity on Wednesday night as well to be part of the panel discussion. For whatever reason, they had actually declined. And again, the offer remains, as far as SAHUC is concerned, to give them the right of reply. Many other organizations have shown any interest to be part and parcel of the discussion. Some of them were conditional that they will come on, like Hajj Watch, for example, who mentioned that they will come on only if SAHUC is present. And with that, we're going to go for a break. We've got Maulana Ahmed Tahir out of Cape Town this morning to provide us with Jummah Nasiha. But just to remind you that there's still a lot more to come after 9 a.m. Symbolic or sincere, Europe's recognition of Palestine, 143 out of 197 countries recognizing Palestine as a state. Just how sincere are these countries? And we will continue with the SAHUC debate. And one of them will be with Darul Iftar's Mufti Ibrahim Smith, who had met with Dr. Naledi Pandor earlier on during the week. So he'll provide us with an update. And also former Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, who led this ministerial committee. Many questions are being asked. What happened to that report? So all of that still to come on Salam Media this morning. Stay with us.